Good people, we're back with Vibes from the Six. It's going to be an interesting show today. Yes, people. What's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. And today, it's going to be an interesting show because Arsenal's title hopes are officially done pretty much. Man City have basically our champions-elect. Arsenal have bottled it. Everyone's going to have their day to cook Egal. That's what it is today. And we got Ram in the building talking about Liverpool and their chances of still getting top four if they can maybe take out Newcastle now that Man United probably secured their top four hopes. Staffy, your team won a game, so you're happy. And, of course, you're probably here to talk about Arsenal a lot too. And then if you guys don't know, Deji's in the building. His team lost the game, but he doesn't care. He's in a good mood. And you guys know why. But, hey, I think – should we start with Deji because he hasn't been on the stream for a long time? Deji, you had something to say to people? What's going on?
Yeah, if I could just do, sorry guys, for YouTube copyright reasons, I can't play this tune. So I'm just going to give you a quick a cappella in terms of my thoughts for Arsenal's performance this season and in particular today's game. 1, 2, 3. God's plan. God's plan. I'm down with G-O-D.
Hey.
Blah, 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 blah.
Why am I getting into it?
For real. Hey, anyone on the chat right now, like and subscribe. Be playing God's plan in the background. It will put into context what I've been saying, what I've been seeing with my beloved Arsenal Football Club. Yes, Egal. Do you know what I have to say, though? I ain't going to lie. I want to thank you and all the Arsenal cronies in the chat who's been trolling man over the last 9 months, because Arsenal do not fail to disappoint. And I realized why Arsenal fans were coming at me so hard. It was a deflection tactic because all of you guys knew what was coming. And I can't lie, I thought you were going to take us to the wire, at least all or nothing with Arteta turning it around. What a story. I mean, this is a Netflix series. You get me right now? It's only for you, man, to follow it through to the league or at least challenge, and then we see Wagwan on the last day of the season. But no. You, man, got slapped up and chopped up by Brighton, bro. And I need to know, how did this happen? How? And when I was saying your January transfer window wasn't great. Who the hell is Kivio? You guys were getting whacked Liverpool back, Trossard, shaking your bum like it's the Fong song. Bro, your bench has come to bite you in your ass. I have to say, let me not rub it in too tough, bro. But it is what it is. So really and truly, after all the bluster, after all the memes, after all the little TikToks and shorts, Arsenal swap places with Spurs. Is that it?
How did we swap places with Spurs? What?
Basically, you man have gone from Europa to playing Champions League football, and Tottenham's gone from Champions League to Europa football. Is that it?
You're not going to even get
you mean
Europa Conference?
And on that basis, you mean to tell me we've been wasting people's time, bro? We've been wasting people's time on these streams. Yeah, Arsenal's coming for a trophy. We got bigger fish to fry, blah, blah, blah. And in the end, we just swap places. I can't lie. I kind of said it like, you're with a thing and, by mistake, you just run out of steam real quick. That's what Arsenal did, bro. You just came real quick, bro. You just came real quick. That was it, bro. You didn't even try. Anyway, that's me, bro. I'm ready to get in, but I let my brothers also come through.
Oh, Egal, you're getting cooked tonight, my friend. You're getting cooked tonight, bro.
You guys are saying that was the fish we were talking about. Go ahead. What are you saying, Ram?
I warned you. Don't do this, Egal. Me Alan, Staffy right here to my left or my right. I don't know which one it is. We told you, Man City, just a different breed. I told you from experience, you have to keep on going. You didn't even do that. What was that today? What was that? You need to explain to me because I couldn't comprehend. It was such a good Arsenal team fighting for the league title. And what was that I saw? Pathetic. Kivior. Now, big up Kivior. I know people are having a go at him. Big up Kivior. You know, Black Lives Matter, taking the knee. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. But we need to talk about your big dogs, the big players. Bukayo Saka. Where is he, man? I thought he was like the guy. I thought he was the best right winger in the world. Better than Mo Salah. Better than... I can't even think of any other right wingers in the world, to be honest. But you told me he was the guy. But he hasn't been around since April. What is going on? Ramsdale, the supposed best goalkeeper in the league. Second best goalkeeper in the league, sorry. And he's just parrying stuff straight to the opposition. Like, what are we doing here? You got your fans scapegoating Rob Holding all the time. The man was getting heat today, and he wasn't even playing. And I'm gonna delve into the old Twitter and look at some of your old tweets, Egal. And I'm gonna big up my boy Tom Little because he mentioned this in the chat. On the 7th of April, 2023. Is
Tom Little in the chat right now?
No. I meant the group. What's that group chat?
Oh, okay.
He brought up this tweet from Egal on the 7th of April, 2023 at 12:59 p.m. Compare Liverpool title-winning side to this team. How many Arsenal players get in? You have the nerve to compare your bum team to ours. To our team that beat
the reason why we did that is because we couldn't compare your team currently to our team currently because you guys didn't have really.
You can't compare your team currently to our team that won the league because we won the league and your team didn't win the league and your team what was it? You're saying that you're going to win the league after the 25 games. What are we doing here?
We didn't have a loss in the first 15 games, bro.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, Egal. We kept on telling you this. You kept on getting drawn in. You kept on getting drawn in.
You guys were the same guys who were also telling me to friggin' say my team's going to win the league. What are we doing here? Like, if you're going to cook me for something I've said. And I agree with you. I still, to this day, would still question and you know what? I said only one Arsenal player gets into your team from your title-winning side, and that's Odegaard. Maybe
why is it why is I've seen it a lot with you Arsenal fans. Why is it a comparison? Why can't you wait?
It's because there's nothing else to talk about.
No, why can't you compare the team now when you finished your job? You haven't even finished the job. It's like comparing two people. It's like comparing one assassin to another. The other one actually gets the job done whilst the other one misses his targets. Like, what are we doing here? You
guys agree with this? I feel like combined 11s and these things are quite fair analysis. You can always do it.
You can't compare a team
with Tottenham and other teams.
Egal, you can't compare a team that has gone there and done it. Compare a team that hasn't gone there and done it.
Listen, I think we're doing too much revisionary history, going back and saying Saka, Odegaard, this. They're having great seasons. To compare the team to your title-winning side, let's be honest. We can't compare Liverpool this season to Arsenal this season. Arsenal's been better.
Egal, do you know why we can't compare?
We couldn't beat you.
Why? Because the crunch moments, the big time moments, the run-in, the Sky Sports like to call this period the run-in, the time where people need to step up and play for the badge and play to win trophies. My team has done it. They've actually gone and won.
You're competing.
Bro, you haven't won the thing. Why are you comparing?
I know we didn't win, but I feel like
there's no point in comparing a team that's gone there and done it to a team that hasn't. That's the point.
Bro, I see. Okay, let me show everyone what he's talking about. For people who don't know what he's talking about, this is what he's talking about. Okay, he's talking about. I seen a lot of people trying to cook me for this, right? And I don't think I deserve as much cooking for this. It's a combined 11 where it says compare Liverpool's title winning side to how many Arsenal players get in. I didn't say how many Liverpool players get in. I said how many Arsenal players get in. And I even went up and said I did an Arsenal and Liverpool combined 11 this season, and barely any Liverpool players get in. But I thought it'd be more fun if you did it the other way around. Not a lot of Arsenal players get in either. So
Egal,
I've covered my
base. It shouldn't be a comparison. That's the point I'm making. It shouldn't be a comparison in the first place. Why is it a comparison, bro?
Yo, someone else jump in. Do you agree with Ram here, or do you agree with me that combined 11s is fair game?
To be honest, I couldn't care less about that. I'm here to talk about something else.
Okay, what are you saying?
I wanted to stay calm. Egal already got enough cooking here, other shows, on his socials. I'm trying to keep it calm. I'm not going to cook him too much. But there's one thing I want to address, because I did mention this guy before on the terrace. When I was talking about Saka, saying this guy's not doing enough. This guy's not stepping up. I was being slated, relax. Saka's done this all season. Saka's done that. And I'm like, guys, I think he should start getting benched. He's really not doing it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me check the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. But sometimes people attack me with numbers, which I'm not really a big fan of. But sometimes they make a good point. So I'm like, all right, let me check the numbers. It's been all over Twitter that, Rashford in the last 3 months, he's only had 2 goals. Ha, ha, ha. False. It was 4 goals. And people didn't consider how many games got postponed and the couple games that he missed through injury. And they didn't count the goals that he was scoring in the Europa League and in the cup and whatnot. So they ignored that. So I'm like, let me go look at Saka. So I looked at their last 10 games, each one of them. Rashford in his last 10 games, excluding the games that he didn't start, obviously, or didn't play, because of his injury. He has 4 goals and 3 assists. I'm like, all right, that's actually shitty, in the league. When you talk about the league, that's not really that good. Then I look at Saka. Saka has 3 goals and 2 assists since you guys beat Palace. And I excluded the game that he came on as a sub. So in his last 10 starts, he has 3 goals and 2 assists. Most of these goals and assists came in the same game, by the way. So it's not like he had 1 goal here and an assist there. So the amount of blanks that I see, and as I said, I'm not really a stat guy like that. I don't like to play that game. But when you play that game, the stat game, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 8.
You want me to show the graphic?
8 games, bro. I'm just looking at the fantasy. Sorry, not the fantasy. The Premier League table. When they show your stats. He just has 2 games where he's scored and assisted. So he had 2 and 1.
You're blaming
and then he had
Saka
1
for us not winning the league.
I can't blame Saka for not winning the league on his own. I have to blame the whole team. Yeah, it's basically after the Palace game. Egal. But he is your star boy. You guys told us that is your star boy. He is world class. He's on what? How much money is he on now? 300K. I just think he's okay. He's about to be on 300K. I just think to be fair, we have to share the same energy. When we share that energy about Marcus Rashford, who's been scoring in other competitions, we have to mention Saka, who in the league only, because he's been only playing in the league for I don't know how long now, since you guys got eliminated for everything else, is not performing. Now, is he the sole reason you guys didn't win? Of course not.
He was better than Hazard. Who's saying he's better than Hazard?
No, he said they, so he didn't say Egal.
Listen, Saka is supposedly worth 100. Sorry, he's worth 150 million euros. He's the second.
When he said 200, I got scared, bro.
He's the second most valuable player in the Premier League. After Erling Haaland, Saka is actually valued as the second most highest player. Maybe he is overrated by some people because some people.
I was going to ask you that. Egal. Do you think you guys overrated him?
100%. Because guess what? He's not always delivering. But guess what? You need other players to deliver also. But I think Deji, you wanted to say something on Saka.
Yeah, no, it's kind of I'm kind of finding it quite strange because I know, Egal, me and you went into many battles, and the fact that Saka is going to be on more money than Harry Kane, I'm still kind of perplexed by that, because what has he achieved? And it was something I mentioned earlier. Look, the truth of the matter is, I said it last year when you guys were going to Newcastle, that it was a school night. I was worried about the game against Newcastle last season because, you know, you got Saka, Martinelli. These guys have just come out of school, and then we were expecting them to step into big men's shoes and do big men things. And to say, you know, they tried. Let's be honest. These little boys tried. And then this season, you guys did it again. You know, you've put all your money on the little boys, Saka and Martinelli, and you were hoping they were going to get it over the line, and they didn't. And I don't think you can blame Martinelli or Saka. But what I can say, though, is that Arsenal, it's fair to say that you guys flattered to deceive. You did it last season. You pretended that you guys wanted to be in the Champions League. You didn't get in. And this year, you took us on a run. We were with you, holding hands, believing that we were about to see something special. And we have, because I think it's the only team I can think of in recent time who should have won the league and didn't win it. So in relation to Saka, I think he's only doing what I always thought, which is he's all right. But, you know, there were times during the World Cup, Egal, that you were literally telling man that Saka's carrying the England team. So
He was.
I'm just hoping, you know, I'm hoping the energy now is slightly different now. You get me?
Listen,
now, let's
Saka-
see your boy colours.
Saka is one of our big game players. And guess what? There's games where you need other people to step up. Martin Odegaard stepped up a lot of times this season. Martinelli stepped up a lot of times this season. Saka stepped up a lot of times this season. But guess what? In the business end of the season, when we needed guys to step up the most, the intensity wasn't there. And I don't only put it down to the players. I do call out Saka. I've been asking for Saka to be dropped for like 4 games now. But after the West Ham game, he wasn't dropped. After any of those games, he ended up never getting dropped. So Mikel Arteta doesn't want to drop him for any reason at all. And it could be because of the contract. It could be many other things. But hey, Bukayo Saka is going to get a lot of criticism. But I think more criticism is deserved on the manager for the lack of changes that he's made.
Let's talk about that, Egal. Yeah. Let's talk about that's a good segue to talk about.
Do you agree with me there? I can give him criticism. And yes, we do overrate our players, but everyone does. And the wages, you want to know something, Deji? Tottenham don't pay players what they deserve.
I know, but
the reason why Saka's getting what he's getting is because we got to give him what he deserves. The guy has been performing.
Do you think Saka's worth 300 grand a week? Be honest.
Realistically, in today's market, when Sancho's getting how much, Anthony's getting how much.
Don't you dare.
I mean, no, Egal has a point. Egal has a point because there's a lot of players in Man United as example, they're being over.
300.
How much should Kane get? How much
it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Kane get?
Listen, at this moment in time, Thomas Partey was our highest paid player, and he's getting 250. Saka is better than Thomas Partey as our most valuable piece.
Right, he's talking about in terms of inflation with all these wages everyone's getting. I agree with
Staffy,
I agree with him.
Bro, let's not act like Sancho's not getting like almost 375.
Oh, I already did that last season. Don't worry. I hate all these 375, 300.
Certain teams in the league have very good wage bills, and they don't have to pay that kind of money because they have a structure where they don't pay that kind of crazy money, like Tottenham and Liverpool. But guess what? Arsenal this season have changed their wage structure. We're gonna be paying Martinelli 2 something. We're gonna be paying Saka 300. We're gonna be paying Martin Odegaard in the future money. We're giving Ramsdale a new wage bill. Everyone's getting their higher wages because when you perform and you earn your wages, you're gonna have to get it, or else he's gonna go to Man City, and you guys are all gonna laugh at us because we didn't want to pay him.
Guys, should I tell you something? You do realize Salah's on 350 a week.
It doesn't matter what Salah's on because that's at
Salah.
Liverpool.
Man's been touted as the guy.
How much is Foden
top
on?
3 in the Ballon d'Or.
That's what I'm trying to
He's
say.
broken the Premier League record.
But that's how much you pay your best
Champions
player, Ram. If we're comparing Saka to Mo Salah, I get what you're saying. But
Salah.
you're saying he is Liverpool's best player, and this is why he's getting that much.
Yeah, but
Saka.
You have to put it in context, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not agreeing, but I'm just explaining to you the situation. For them to hold on to Saka, they have to pay something like that. Is he deserving of 300K? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'm gonna be very honest, bro. I think Saka's very overrated. I like him as a player, but I think he's very overrated. Yeah, bro. I think he's massive. I think he's massively overrated, bro. And I've never said this yet.
Can I ask you a question, Staffy?
Go ahead.
Who's better?
Saka.
Saka
I know you
or Rodrigo?
Oh no, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
Which Rodrigo?
What?
Which one? The one at Real
Madrid
Madrid? The Madrid player?
The Madrid one.
I'm thinking of the
better,
Leeds
but I
player.
think
I'm like,
Rodrigo's
why would
more
he
clutch.
ask me such?
No,
foolish-
not Rodrigo Moreno. No, not him.
I think Rodrigo is more clutch than Saka, but I think Saka's better overall.
Saka's a better overall player, but Rodrigo is a better attacker. I think the position that he plays, I like the balance that Saka has. Me saying Saka is overrated doesn't mean that I'm saying his shit. It's just
Wait,
like the
Sancho's
way
on
people.
250?
Nah, I think he's more than that. He has to be more than that. I've heard.
Even that's a lot for Sancho, to be honest. 250. I can't even lie.
No, but Deji,
to be honest, Sancho's. I don't want to. I don't want us to lose track of what we're talking about and going left and right. But Saka, Sancho was on a lot of money because you got to understand when we signed him from Dortmund, he was a star player and he was Dortmund's best player, and it took us a lot to get him. So the wages that we put him on at the time made more sense than his performance right now. I want to go back to talking about Arteta, bro, because it looks we're all over.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sorry.
I think the people who are saying Arteta needs to be sacked and forgets about everything he's done this season is crazy. But like, before you go on Arteta, my guy, let's just let Hamza jump in here, because Hamza, you there? Hamza's always
Hamza's eating.
Hamza, guys.
Hamza, you need to cook.
Hamza said this.
Bueno, man.
Let me show you guys what Hamza said. Hamza has been cooking ever
I
since he
said to everyone, April, and I said it to you, Egal, honeymoon period is done. Honeymoon period is done. You all laughed at me. You laughed at me. Now cry. I wanted to tell you the truth. It's better you accept it now than...
And wallahi, ever since he said April honeymoon season is done, honeymoon season has literally been done. Big up Mo on the channel. Big up Hamza for jumping on. Big up everyone who's watching from Never a Foul jumping on. We've literally been going for 21 minutes. If you don't know, we've already spoken about Arsenal not being clutch. We've spoken about Arsenal bottoming the league. We've spoken about Bukayo Saka. We've spoken about so many things. Hamza, where are you going now? Where are you going to go with this? I was
enjoying it. I was so gutted, man. I had to drop my uncle back here. Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, I am happy for one reason. First, yeah, I remember the talk of Arsenal fans saying, oh, we're going to win it, and we're going to win it at Etihad. We'll win the title at Etihad. Then it was like, no, we'll win it around Brighton game. Then we'll win it when you guys play Brentford. And then we'll win it on goal difference. Then it was like, no, we're not going to win it. You guys are going to bottle against you're going to bottle it against West Ham. Then we're going to bottle it against Everton. I told you. Egal, I have to give credit to Pep Guardiola. I swear, I have to give credit to Pep Guardiola. He's worked miracle with a small squad.
Yeah.
This is the first season. He's worked so hard with a small squad. And people don't realize what he's done. Without a left back, he's converted a defender into a left back. He's converted attacking midfielder into a left back. He's played Rico Luz, who we never knew from our youth. He's made him to a great player. He's bought Akanji, played Akanji right back, centre back, left back. He's played like what he's done with a small squad is amazing. Like, people don't realize. Other than our first 11, we would rely on Mahrez on the other side, Foden on the other side, and Alvarez. Calvin Phillips is not good enough. I'll give you an example. I'm not saying this season. I'm not going to come out for my player. This season, Calvin Phillips hasn't been that great. And I'll tell you what the warning sign. When at Southampton, he didn't have a good season, a game. Yeah, in the Carling Cup, we got knocked out. We were not meant to be knocked out against Southampton. We should have won that Carling Cup. Then Pep called him out.
Thank you.
Pep started bringing him on. I'll give you a game. Leicester game. We were winning 3-0. He brought him at 74 minutes with other players. We conceded and they were having chances. Now check what time Pep brings him on. 85 minutes. 84. Yeah? That's how much he doesn't trust him. He brings him at 85 minutes.
Who are we talking about?
Calvin Phillips. Phillips.
Yeah. I heard he's gone in the summer.
Bro, Rodri, if Rodri had been injured for 2 games, City on ropes. So Rodri has played every single game, Egal, and the World Cup.
Yo, Hamza, let me just stop you right there. Big up everyone. Do me a favor. Hit that goddamn like button. We have 118 of you guys in the chat. Show some love to everyone in the building. We got my guy in the house, Mo. Mo, what are you saying, bro? Because they've gone in many different directions. They've talked about the team not being thing. They've talked about us not being clutch. They've talked to us about us balling the league. Where are you going with this? What are you taking away from this Brighton game?
I just want to say something about this. Hamza's talking about Man City. Man City did their job, but Arsenal didn't lose the league because Man City are good. This narrative is completely wrong. Okay, Arsenal were head-to-head with Man City, and they had 8 points ahead of you. So they are the ones who lost the league, not because you won the games. But before that, by the way, Man City won 16 games before in a row. So that narrative, that I know that Man City fans want to run this narrative. You did your job and waited for the opposition to drop, and they did it. But it's not because you were because you're the one who's like great and stuff. Yes, you did your job, but to be honest, you started slow in the season, and at the end, Arsenal are the ones who bottled this league. The word bottle or failed or whatever, but that's reality. But that's reality. Why reality? Because if Arsenal lost the league against Newcastle or against Man City, I would say yes, Newcastle is a tough game, but they lost the league being 2-0 up against Liverpool. By the way, a weak Liverpool against Southampton and against West Ham. And nobody, and I want to add, this is the last point I'm going to say about this Arsenal team. If anybody says that I said they're going to bottle the league, you were hoping, because there was no signs of them dropping like this. There were no signs. They were playing sentimental football. They were playing scintillating football.
It was.
One second, guys.
Great football. Go ahead.
Let me just read the super chat here. Big up Wolves, man. Honestly, love for the support. Love for the super chat saying, head up, Egal. There is a new season coming. Yes. And I guess this perfectly leads us on to your point, Mo. Do you think going into next season, there's still a lot of question marks?
Let's talk about that next time, man.
Yes. Why, Egal? Because before today, I wasn't going to ask this question. And we talked about it on the terrace. We talked about it on Never a Foul. How Arteta manages his squad is something to be questioned. I'm sorry. Yes, we want to talk about Holding, Turney, Tomiyasu not there. I don't think he managed the squad really well. You did wonders with your starting 11, but once you lost Saliba, I thought everything fell apart. And that's inexcusable. Inexcusable to lose one player and to fall apart like this. I'm going to look at the manager. I'm not going to look at any players. Even Saka, by the way, people say why Saka has dropped off. Dude, it starts from the back. Nobody trusts Rob Holding. Yes, nobody's trusting the defense. So he has to think about when is the ball coming to him. He has to cover now and go back. Yes, the confidence, the trust. I'm sorry, Mikel Arteta did absolutely an amazing job because nobody expected Arsenal to be on this mess. You were on course, Egal, to 98 points, by the way, at some point. Fantastic. You dropped the ball. Absolutely amazing. But this guy, he failed in managing the squad. I don't know what your response. Maybe I don't know if people watch.
Let me say something about that. Hold on, because
I'm gonna go to Staffy in a second. But do you guys find this as an excuse when we talk about Saliba? Do you think it's an excuse?
Excuse.
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm sorry. Define excuse. Excuse to let them off the ropes. Sorry.
Is this a legitimate reason why we can drop off to this fashion?
No, you can't. That's not.
No.
Okay, fair
You're
enough.
missing my point, Egal.
You're missing my point. Mo, cook him.
Let's go to Staffy. Let's go to Staffy quickly because he wanted to add on to Arteta.
Wait, let Mo revise his point though, because like
no, Egal is missing my point. You do not let Arteta off the rope because he has one player injured. No, exactly. He should have managed. How many years he had with Rob Holding, Egal? How many years?
3 years.
Okay, it's good enough for him to at least mold the guy to play some of his football. But to drop like some, it doesn't matter how his quality is bad or not. Pep Guardiola got an 18 years old doing the job. And you like, I'm not comparing both, but he got an 18 years old doing the job to fix it. And you're telling me that he couldn't even hold it together for 2-3 games, Rob Holding. I'm sorry, this is inexcusable.
He dropped Cancelo for 17-year-old boy.
I think Deji's just loving life. He doesn't have to cook Arsenal today. Everyone else is jumping in.
I mean, it's easy.
This is not a cook. This is not cooking, Egal. This is just opinion. This is not a cooking. It's not a banter. It's just reality.
I just wanted to say something that Mo said. Mo said no one saw it coming. I'm kind of in a different space. I like to think we did see something. We did see it coming because we saw something similar. Okay, Granted, it wasn't in the same kind of level, but last season they had an opportunity to get top 4. They bottled it. This season they had the opportunity to win the league. They bottled it. And dare I say, I am seeing similarities between Tottenham and Arsenal. It's classic. We've got Dumb and Dumber. And almost I would have to go as far as to say that I actually think maybe something else is going on. Because in the way that you guys handled, I think you lost it in the January transfer window. And I don't know why, and I agree with Mo, you got to put it on Arteta.
Oh.
When I saw the players that you brought in, I knew you guys weren't serious. It's like trying to take someone on a date and you had the opportunity to go Nando's, but you decide to go Dixie Fried Chicken instead. That's really what we saw from Arsenal. You could have gone for broke. You could have brought in a Casado. You could have brought in a Mudryk. You could have said to the league, yeah, Arsenal's here and we're going to take this title challenge seriously. But you decided to bring in Kivior and Jorginho, and then everybody's like, what? For real? And now April comes, and when you're looking to your bench, there ain't really anyone there to change the game. And then my brother from Brighton has to come up and show you how to handle a squad. So your downfall is literally your own fault because you have all the resources, you had the points lead to put things in place and go on the run, and you didn't take it. And that tells me that Arsenal don't want it, and neither do Spurs. Well, it's much of a muchness. We're the same, bro.
Bro, we're not the same. We're not the same.
Same with the different color shirt.
People, do me a favor, hit that goddamn like button right now and
Different color shirt.
stop comparing. Trossard was better than. Yo, go ahead, Staffy. What are you gonna say?
He's just trying to rattle you with that point. It's okay. I just want to continue going on what's his name, Mikel Arteta. Now, here's the thing, bro. Deji said it also perfectly. He's mentioning how your signings just didn't look that you guys were serious. I get it. But I'm not only looking at the January transfer window, bro. I'm looking at this manager now has been here for what? Correct me if I'm wrong, 3.5 years, right? Yes. So the word process is... He
spent 437 million.
It was okay. What? So Hamza, it was for I don't know if that number is correct or not.
Hamza with the facts, man.
No, listen, whatever the number is, that's not my point. 3.5 years, you led to this point where you are today. When you say process, is because you lead up to something like today, not just today. I mean, like just the last 10 games of the league where you're trying to win the league. You're looking at the process. How did I progress to get to this point? When I see excuses about Zinchenko didn't play today, so we didn't play the same game because, you know, Tierney played in instead of him and he's a different player. Okay, let's hold that point right there. You had 3.5 years to have 2 decent fullbacks that are like to like. You don't. I'm looking at, you had, what was his name last year? Nuno Tavares, whatever you guys used to call him. So you had him in for a year. He flopped and you guys sold him. That's on the manager for not having a replacement there. Saka is not performing well for one reason or another. You want to take him out and you want to bring in someone. I was told that Trossard can't play on the right. Okay. Who else comes in for Saka when he's having a bad game? Or God forbid, he could have been injured. I mean, if he was injured, you guys would have been done a while ago. So you need someone to come in. Who comes in for him? There's no one. I was told that, what's the name of that player? What's his first name? Vieira? No, not
Fabio
Smith.
Vieira.
Pablo Vieira. I was told this guy is their Bernardo Silva. But he can't get a game. He's what, 22, 23? He's not Bernardo Silva at all. I don't know what he is, bro. But this is one of Arteta's signings. This is another one. Smith Rowe, I'm not gonna touch on Smith Rowe a lot, but because like he was injured this season, so I'm just gonna let it be, you know. But this is just 2 examples. I can also talk about Partey and how he doesn't have a like replacement, and when he goes off, you have to play a different game because Jorginho is not the same player Partey is. And yet we also said that your manager is not good enough to change his tactics. He knows how to play one style only. That's 2 games in a row, Egal, by the way, where you guys got dominated on possession. 42% last week against Newcastle and 41% today. So that's 2 games where you guys are not holding the ball as much as you should. One is at home, one is at away. Okay? I gave you praise for winning last week outside of your element. But now when you're outside your element again at home and getting slapped 3 and bottling the league, I have to do nothing but look at this manager. This manager has had 3.5 years to prepare you for days like this, and he has it. This is why I stay on this hill, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan. So if you guys don't care as Arsenal fans, if you don't care what I said, that's fine with you. I think Arteta he reached his ceiling. I think for you to finally go to the next step, you need another manager who's going to be able to have like-for-like replacements, recruiting the right players. So when you don't have a Zinchenko, when you don't have a Saka, when you don't have a Partey, he knows how to like still have a good enough squad like Pep does. And at the same time, you can still have a manager that's good enough where he's like, you know what? Today I took out this player, that player, and they're not like for like. I'm going to be able to change my tactics, and I'm going to be flexible, and I can deal with this game.
Let me stop everyone there. Are you guys serious? Arteta's reached his ceiling. I completely disagree with that point. Anyone actually agrees with that? Let me know. Let me know, because I completely disagree with that. Arsenal don't get to this level without Mikel Arteta. Arsenal don't get to this level without what he's done and what he's been able to do. You can criticize his substitutions. You can criticize. What do you mean level? Why are you making that face? We're literally competing for the league, bro. We've gone from being top 4, challenging for top 4 to competing for the league. Literally 3 games remaining. What are we talking about here? We can't say we didn't compete.
I don't want to say level.
Can I play devil's advocate and ask Egal a question? I'm gonna ask you a question.
In the Premier League this season.
Yes, you did. I'm gonna ask you a question and let you continue, Egal. I'm gonna ask a question. I don't agree or disagree because I don't know. Actually, I need another season too because he did one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure about the level, man.
I'm not with that. But let me ask you something. Are you not scared of a Pochettino situation? Champions League final, reached his ceiling, but couldn't get it over the line. Are you not scared?
We can only say this if based off the information that we get from the following season. Based off what we've seen this season, it's not enough information to say it's the ceiling because he's made a gradual improvement every year. To say it's his ceiling, next season if we drop off, you can say, you know what, looking back at it, it's his ceiling. But it's too early to say that, Staffy.
I don't think he'll reach the levels of the top.
I don't think he's a top manager, bro. And this is
why
I'm saying this is his ceiling.
To be honest, that's too early for you.
I'll tell you. Hold on.
I think it's too early to say this.
Let me about the Klopps, the Peps, the Carlos.
Why you're saying that, Rat? Why you're saying that?
I don't think he's gonna get to that level.
You can say
because why you don't think? Give me a reason.
Because we can all see what happened.
I'll tell you guys.
Because when it comes to the pressure situations, he's bottled it. The only time he's actually had success is when there was no pressure.
Okay, let me
FA Cup final.
Let me counter that. Pep Guardiola, they could have said the same in the Champions League and say, we already winning the league, but every year you bottle the Champions League, but they didn't.
No, but you could also say that he both dominated.
But it's levels. Pep Guardiola has been coaching since 2009. Let me just say, Pep Guardiola has been coaching since 2009. Man City could have gone like you and say, but you bottle every year Champions League. Yes, you're great in the league.
But
he didn't do this.
I just want to know. 1 second. I just want to know who sits on the fence that is too early, because I think it's way too early to say Arteta's not a top.
I think it's too way early to say.
No, I think you can. Can I be real?
I think you could do both.
This is not.
Hamza, you think it's too early?
I think it's done well. All right.
Okay. Go ahead, Deji.
Yeah, but there's no banter here. I think it's too early to say Arteta's done well because I think in general, I think this season's been poor, and you guys know I've said that. Man United haven't been their season. Liverpool's been poor by their standards. Tottenham's been poor by their standards. Chelsea's been poor by their standards. But one thing that we can all agree, we expect Liverpool and Chelsea in particular to be back at it next season. Now, if Chelsea and Liverpool are back, Arsenal will not be where they are right now. But they had an opportunity where most teams weren't really doing their thing. And that's why Arsenal, they were opportunists. They saw gaps in the market and they took it. And you have to give Arteta kudos for that. Can they continue down this path? Don't be surprised if Arsenal finish 5th next season and they're back.
No, I won't say that. What
I will say is this: even if Arsenal finish 5th next season, Arteta shouldn't lose his job. You guys had an exceptional season because of the circumstances, but I don't think finishing because him losing his job means you guys really believe that squad is a Champions League squad. That's not a Champions League squad.
It is.
Bro, 1 second.
But it is.
This is Arsenal Football Club that you're talking about. And you're telling me if you go from 2nd to 5th next year, you don't deserve to lose your job.
1 second.
Arsenal Football
Everybody
Club,
here.
saying that.
Everybody here.
Can I just say
those two things that he said cannot coexist.
Can I just say something? Do you know what I don't like? And I just want to be real. We are in the toughest league in world football. This is the Premier League with the biggest teams, the best managers. And what I don't like is the goldfish. As soon as it gets a bit tough, the managers have to go. That's something that Tottenham's been doing. Now, how about Arteta's built enough credit in the bank this season to allow a slight drop off? Managers.
No, but you just went from one.
You just said this
Look at Liverpool. Under that circumstance, Klopp would be gone.
Yeah, but he's won a Champions League, a Premier League, a FA Cup, a League Cup. He's won all these stuff.
Arteta's only been there 3 years, bro. Come on, it's the Premier League.
No, but if you're talking about progression, right? He's gone up. He's going up in progression. Next season, if they finish 5th, they're gonna drop down.
1 second. One second. We're gonna wrap up on this Arsenal segment, and we're gonna bring in the Man City segment. But before we go any further, big up Deji for jumping on, bro. I know you gotta go soon, but I'm just gonna ask you this: everyone, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button. Also, we almost have 200 people in the chat. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and let me know where do you think Arsenal will be next season? Because I think Arsenal next season will be challenging again for the Premier League. I don't think this is a fluke. I think what we've done this season is sustainable. And next season, even in Champions League, we're going to strengthen in the summer and we're going to be in the mix again next season. Hamza, what are you saying? Because Deji's saying we're not going to be around there next season.
I think it's tough. It's like this season, there was a lot of things that happened. Listen, I'm talking from someone I'm guaranteed to be there. I'm going to be there. So I'm the only one that's guaranteed to be top 1, 2. I'm guaranteed that. Number 2, who's going to sit at the table with me? I think Liverpool will be there. I think Liverpool coming back. I'm scared of these guys. Wow. I'm scared of Klopp, man. I'm scared of Klopp. Klopp didn't get his signing. Egal, remember what I said to you. Klopp did not get his signing. When he gets his signing, this guy is mad. He's crazy. He chases me down. Yeah, Klopp. Jurgen Klopp didn't get his. So Klopp knows he has to apologize to Liverpool fans and he has to get it right. So he'll go and sign midfielders. They'll back him. Klopp will be back. Arteta, Chelsea, I think, listen.
Chelsea won't be back next season.
Chelsea, let me tell you what worries me. I think
Chelsea are not going to be back next season. Stop it.
Okay, let me tell you. They might not be back, but there's my gut feeling saying they might be back. Do you know why, Egal? They're playing once a week. And that once a week reminds me when they had Antonio Conte and they just concentrated in the league. They didn't have anything else. They threw everything. We're going to be concentrating Champions League, Premier League. They will throw everything under the bus. If
Hamza, that's more time on the training pitch. That's more time on the training pitch.
So they will spend time. Arteta, the question is, I think Arsenal will be there. But sometimes, listen to what I'm saying. Sometimes, and I told Liverpool fans, it affects you psychologically because, think about your Saka.
Arsenal are looking to spend 60 million on Mason Mount.
No.
All right, don't do that.
You've chased Man City all the way to the end. Your players are knackered. They're thinking, what else would you have done? We can't. They're not gonna lead the race for 90% next season. I put money there. They're not gonna lead the race.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna show you guys what somebody in the comment brought this to my attention. But apparently, it's gonna be a miracle for Pochettino to keep Mason Mount at Chelsea, and Arsenal are prepared to pay 60 million for Mason Mount in the summer.
Pochettino doesn't need Mason Mount with that Chelsea squad.
Big mistake.
Basically, guys, let me touch on that because
big mistake for who? Us or Chelsea?
For Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Hold on.
You need. I'm sorry. 60 million. You can get better players. I'm sorry.
You can get better.
Exactly.
Varela. Come
No,
on.
don't know. Barella, no, don't compare Barella. Barella can stay at Inter.
Bro,
No, Arsenal should go to
basically,
Mount, bro.
they're
Arsenal
saying
should go to
60
Mount.
million for Mason Mount to replace Xhaka.
Exactly.
I would get
Ah,
That's
Madison.
great.
bad.
That's great.
Madison.
No, Shaka's good. Shaka's a very
Madison.
good
Why,
player.
why
Very
Madison?
capable player.
Why
I
not
agree.
Madison?
Why pay Chelsea 60 million? That's stupid. Go.
Oh,
I'd rather they Caicedo.
Hamza.
Yes.
Mount for Xhaka is such an upgrade, man.
Bro, I would rather
Yeah.
Declan Rice and Caicedo. Give me 60 million for Caicedo.
Yeah.
70
No,
million.
go for Mason Mount, man.
I want
said
to
it's
get
like
Mason Mount.
50 million, bro, just so
Guys,
you
we
know.
spent 45 minutes on Arsenal. This is the longest we spent on Arsenal ever in the history of my channel
Yeah,
on one of these top
They're
6
just
shows.
the talking point at the moment. Like,
Deservedly
Exactly.
I mean,
so.
not every day, Egal, do you get a team that bottles the league like that? So we had to
Bro,
get
you want to know something? I knew this was going to be crazy, especially Deji being on a top 6 show for the first time on the channel. Big up Deji. Deji, do you have anything to say about Tottenham before we go? Because I know you're going to have to jump out.
There's nothing to say about Tottenham, to be honest. The only thing I will say is that Daniel Levy makes me absolutely sick because Pochettino was happy to come back to Spurs. And the mere fact that we've allowed Pochettino to go to our rivals in Chelsea, it means that Levy is a scumbucket. It means he turned his back on Pochettino. And I actually hope Pochettino goes and he does a great job at Chelsea.
This is why
just
you're a
so
small
that he
club.
can stick 2 fingers in Levy's face. The only other thing that I wanted to say before I leave, Hamza, please, bro, respect to you, but don't sleep on Newcastle. Do not sleep on Newcastle next season because they're coming like the Snowpiercer and they're coming strong. And that's why I'm telling you, it's very, very plausible with Liverpool coming back, with United doing their thing. Chelsea will be in the top 4 with Pochettino. Guaranteed fact that Arsenal could drop out, my bro, to 5th. And I'm just saying that. And I'm just telling you in the league that there's something.
Where are you going to be next season?
Credit in the bank.
Where are you
We
going to be
all
next
can't
season?
fit there. We all can't fit in the top 4. I'm suggesting there should be a top 7.
Deji, where are you going to be next season?
We can't even fit
Right.
7 on the panel, and you want to
I
fit
can tell
top,
you where we're
top
going to
7
be.
in the league?
Where are you going to be?
Honestly, it dawned on me after the Villa game on the weekend that we're going to replace Everton next season. We're going into the Championship, legitly. Because this punk wants to put Ryan Mason in charge.
Tottenham are getting
wants to put
relegated.
Ryan Mason in
Nah,
charge.
you're not getting relegated. Nah, it's done.
No, Tottenham will get relegated, bro.
Oh,
Trust me.
stop it. No.
We are getting
No.
relegated.
No.
Daniel Levy doesn't give a damn. We've dropped
Yo,
the
you're not
others, man.
serious. Wallah, you're not serious. Are you
They
serious?
won't get relegated,
You-
but they're going to have a
nah,
season
you're
like
not.
Chelsea's this year.
Bro,
There's
did
gonna
you
be a lot
expect
of
Everton
changes.
to go down? Who saw Everton going down?
Bro, they've been
Yeah.
flirting with
Leeds.
relegation for 3 years.
I
That's a
saw
different
Leeds.
situation.
I saw Leeds going down. I saw
There's
Leeds
mixed
top Leeds.
Okay, guys,
I went
guys.
down.
Mixed hatred with
Tottenham are
logic.
going to
You
be
got
bad
yourself
next season,
Everton.
but
That's what you
how
got
bad
with
could
me.
they be?
They're going to
Whoa.
have a season like Chelsea's, bro.
Chelsea.
They're going to have a lot of
The worst they
changes
could be is
happening next
Chelsea.
year with management and players where they're going to drop off because everyone else around them is progressing. When you look at Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, as you said, even Brighton, these teams are in a much better situation going into next season already. As in Spurs, their future is up in the air. You don't know who the manager is going to be. He just said it's going to be what's his name, Ryan Mason. If Ryan Mason stays next year, it's curtains for this team. It's over because no way Kane is staying. No way all
Current
these
like the
players.
Sixers.
Well, I
Is
don't
it
think
over?
Spurs
They're
should
losing like
sit at
20
the
points right
table
now.
of the top 6 anymore. I don't
Mo,
think
what do you
Spurs
say?
should
Thank
sit
you,
at the
Mo.
I don't think Spurs should sit at the table. You know why? Because when
agree.
Chelsea didn't have history before 2003 and they were at the top, they won trophies and created history. Man City won trophies and created their history. Even if Man City, Pep leaves and they drop and they don't win trophies for the next 10 years, they already built enough credit, like what Man United did during the 90s and the 2000s. Man United have not won a major trophy for 10 years. Right?
No.
Maybe not Europa League. But we're not used to this Man United not winning trophies. Spurs, they had the chance to build something, to make history for themselves, and they didn't. And the only reason why Spurs now are in the top 6 is because of the money, right? I'm sorry, Spurs, before what's his name? For Harry Redknapp, you were finishing 8th, 9th,
Yeah.
5th every now and then. It was called the Everton Cup, if you guys remember. The 6th place was called the Everton Cup. It wasn't called the Spurs Cup. So, but Spurs now selling Harry Kane, there is no face of the club. Your Daniel Levy guy wants to turn this club into a business. Business as good as Brighton. Get players, sell player here and there, making a lot of money. So, but you don't have any history behind you, Deji, to sit at the table if you're not finishing always at the top 6. But Newcastle, what are they going to do? They're going to spend money and they're going to try to win a trophy here and there, reach a final to be at that table. That's my problem.
Can I add something? Yeah.
You know what? Just before you do that, everyone in the chat, hit that goddamn like button and let me know where you think Tottenham will be next season in the comment section right now. Big up to everyone. Let's get this stream past 100 likes. We're so close. We're like 20 away. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button right now. But yeah, man, what were we going to say? Before we go, we're going to change the topic next after this. But what were we going to say?
I was going to say, I'm sorry, Dej, but I'm going to be real with you. Your history stinks, bro. Your history is not that great. I'm sorry. I would say you're probably top 7 in terms of history. I'll probably say Everton have a better history than you. Probably say Aston Villa has a better history than you. I'll probably say Nottingham Forest has a better history than you.
No.
And obviously you got your Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal in there. So
have you ever been relegated?
Only
been relegated?
Have
they ever been relegated? How many seasons they spent?
Yeah, they have. They have been relegated.
Outside
we
of the
have
top
been
division.
relegated, bro. We're ever present in the Prem. We're ever present.
Can someone in the comments confirm that for us?
Only Everton
has
and
been
Arsenal
ever
are the
present
only
in
teams
the
that have
Prem.
never been relegated out of the English top flight.
There's like the top 5.
Don't lie, Deji. I'm checking it. Don't lie.
No, City's gone down. Everton were one of the mainstays along with Spurs.
Even
United.
Man United got relegated in the top flight. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Not in the Prem.
Arsenal, Everton. Wait,
we relegated Man United. We relegated Man United. I swear.
Oh yeah.
Who scored the goal to relegate them? Big up, man. Big up. And he was elected the relegator.
Who scored the goal?
I've been relegated, man. Come on, man. I talk about relegation, man.
Even Liverpool got relegated once.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's like I think after the war. No.
Yeah, that was. But we're talking about English top flight. You know what?
Tottenham have been relegated 1927 to 1928. 1927, they were relegated.
Top flight Spurs not relegated in the EPL, but pre 92.
Damn.
They got relegated after Mark William left in 27-28 season.
Like 77, 78 were in Division 2. No, only in the past 50 years, only one season. So that is there ever?
Yeah, we'll give you that.
We're 10 likes away from 100 likes, guys. Let's get past 100 likes. We're gonna.
By the way, people don't know where the like button is. It's underneath your live chat. By the way, if you're chatting
right
now,
underneath.
I'm serious. Someone asked me before, where is that like button? It looks like this. It's underneath your live chat. Just close the chat, hit that like button, and come back again.
Big up. I'm just gonna say this. Did anyone expect Aston Villa to beat Tottenham?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So it's not really a talking point.
You didn't.
I thought Tottenham were gonna try to do something for their home fans. Who knows?
No.
That was away.
It's official.
They were away.
That's what baby.
So they had no chance.
Can I just rub my face in it? And this is gonna reflect poorly on me, but one of my predictions at the beginning of the season was that Newcastle and Aston Villa would finish above Arsenal and that Arsenal would finish 8th. I'm staring at the real possibility that Aston Villa and Newcastle will finish above Spurs and Spurs will finish 8th. Now that's just...
So your prediction,
you had the right prediction. Yeah.
So my prediction has gone the wrong way. So I'm sensing some reverse.
You just picked the wrong North London team.
Club, I know this is a consolation prize, but the only club that will have Champions League football from London in the summer next season is going to be Arsenal. So anyone who's coming to London to watch Champions League football, come to the Emirates. Good vibes. Yeah. But we're going to now shift gears over to should we even talk about Man City? They demoralized Arsenal today after beating Everton. Big up, Deji.
Big up, guys. Thank you.
Big up, man.
Hamza, Mo, guys, Man City's performance today demoralized Arsenal. Don't you guys agree?
No, they shouldn't be. Why?
I feel like
why are you saying that? Yeah.
I
you
felt
not-
like their
you can't hold us
performance.
like that?
Their performance demoralized me. I was looking at that game and I'm saying that's the game where they're going to drop points. That's hopefully, but these guys are not going to drop points. They're going to just win every game.
But then,
No.
Egal, I'm sorry. I'm going to say this again. I told you not to bank on Everton. Everton are dog.
Don't.
They're poor. They are so poor.
Hamza
There's no
tricked us,
one-
bro. He told us Rodri's not gonna play, this player's
Don't
not gonna
listen
play,
to
that
guy.
player's gonna play, and I still
listen-
said, and in my prediction, I still said City's gonna win. And you
Yo,
watch
I
today,
played-
only
I
De
played
Don't
my-
listen
Bruyne.
to Hamza. Don't listen.
Hamza
to
played
him.
mind games with us. He thought
I
Egal
played-
speaks to
listen,
Arteta.
This season, I said it. I'll play mind games, talk to everyone that I'm stressed before games, play that mind game, hype up that team. But guess what? The game I was worried about was Brentford away, last game of the season. Because I said to City, I normally talk to them, I said, Brentford are good, man. They beat me at home. So away, we could lose. I don't want to go there needing a win. And I
You don't have
don't
to play
want
them
to
anymore.
go to Brighton away needing a win. I just was scared. I didn't want to go to Brighton away. I'm Brentford away needing a win. Because there's more pressure on us. To me today, I never knew what Pep's going to do. But Pep did what Arteta did not do. He said, I know we got Real Madrid. I will still play a strong team. Because I was questioning City fan. Should you just throw that game away and rest everyone? Because Madrid rested everyone before the game. Madrid rested everyone. They're scumbags. They're biggest scumbags. They do that a lot. That's why they got 14 Champions
Why
League.
they're scumbags?
They have nothing to play for, Hamza.
Why
Why do you want him to play?
scumbags?
The scumbags
They're
is the
everywhere.
scum.
Why?
League.
They're scums. I don't believe your story. Listen, they always do that. You guys haven't clocked. I clocked them because I hate them. I dislike Madrid. I dislike them with passion. That 14 Champions League, they always do that. They'll rest their players and then they'll wait for you. So they have this extra advantage. Playing in the Premier League is hard. I can't rest anyone. Before I played them last season, I had Watford. I had to play everyone. This time, Pep said, yo, I'm still playing and I'll rest De Bruyne and Bernardo. But let me tell you one thing I wanted to say in this. Gündoğan, clutch player. There's a word called clutch here. You guys will say. There are certain players, I'll just educate you. They have clutch moments. I'll tell you one now in this world. Mbappe. Mbappe is a clutch player. Yeah? World Cup, bang. They're clutch players. They're dangerous. So Mbappe to go to Madrid, and Madrid is a clutch team. They live in moments like that. They wonder. Yeah? Mbappe is a clutch player. Gündoğan is a clutch player. Let me dig on Liverpool a bit. Steven Gerrard. Yeah? EPL. Yeah? Was he a clutch player? I can't say that. This guy is compared to the greatest players, midfielders in the world, but never a single.
I just
no one
clocked.
Wait,
not a
I mean,
single. No, I'm
Hamza.
gonna dig at that. Not a single Premier League, and the most important clutch moment, he slipped that season, and they didn't win the league. Gündoğan, clutch moment. It go. I'm losing the league against Villa. Gündoğan does it. This season again.
So where was Gündoğan in
The crucial
2021, bro?
games, yeah?
Where was
No,
he?
1 second.
Where was he in that
No, 1
Champions
second.
League final?
Yo,
Huh?
No,
Hamza,
1 second.
Because I don't want my
Champions League
captain to
final.
win the Champions League.
Everyone stop.
Premier
Everyone
League.
stop. Everyone
Clutch
stop. Everyone
player.
stop. Everyone stop.
Okay.
Everyone stop. Hamza, say that again. Are you saying Gündoğan is more clutch than Steven Gerrard?
Don't you dare. Don't you
Listen,
dare.
I no. In the Premier League, I will never accept someone to tell me that Gerrard's a better player than Gündoğan, because I'm sorry. I am sorry.
I am.
I don't care. You know this mentality we live in England. Oh, it's okay as long as you play well and you go certificate. As long as I don't care about
Gündoğan, Gerrard,
no
FA Cup final, Champions League final.
Hamza, for the sake of our credibility, Hamza.
I'm talking about Premier League. It go. I'm talking. Forget Champions League and FA Cup West Ham. I'm talking about Premier League. It go.
No, why?
No, 1 second. You're
You're talking about clutch players,
No,
Hamza.
1 second. No. Clutch moment in the Premier League.
There's
Gündoğan
clutch
won me the
moments.
Premier League last season. Gündoğan is winning me the Premier League this season.
Okay, if
He's
you
a
want to say,
clutch player
if you want to say
in the
clutch,
Premier
you have
League
to look at their whole
compared to
career.
Gerrard. It's a fact.
Yes,
If you're
the
gonna
word
say
I am
clutch.
not
clutch,
doing
you
this.
have to look at their whole career.
Oh, Hamza,
No,
listen,
1 second.
because I'm not going to do
Premier
this.
League.
Hamza,
Liverpool. There you are.
No,
I'm not saying.
Hamza.
I don't know.
Let other
Hamza,
people
Hamza,
talk,
Hamza
Hamza. Let people
I'm putting him
respond.
there. top 3.
Hamza,
Well,
how
like,
many-
I'm
how
just
many
talking.
goals
You
did-
for respond.
Patrick
How many goals
Vieira,
did we concede that season?
Paul
How many goals did
Scholes,
we concede that season,
KDB,
Hamza?
Gundogan,
Hamza, how many
and then
goals
All right,
did
Gerrard
we
Hamza,
and
concede
chill
that
for a
season?
second. Hamza, chill. Hamza, chill. Ram, respond.
How many goals did we concede that season, bro?
I
Because
don't
remember,
know
we
how
were
many
the
goals
only
he did. I
two
just know he
teams
did.
in Premier League history to score 100 goals. Together, we had about 218 goals together. How many goals did we concede that season?
I don't know.
51.
Wait, did Gundogan miss a
51.
penalty for Dortmund against Bayern
50.
in the Champions League?
Yeah,
He
in the
scored a
final.
penalty.
No, he
He
Scored a
scored.
penalty. It
He
was
scored,
when
he
they
scored, he
lost
scored.
2-1.
Because Lewandowski
scored.
missed his in the league
He
game.
scored. He scored. In Wembley, he scored. I remember. Don't try.
I didn't.
Listen,
I didn't.
no, we're talking
I didn't
about.
follow
Listen.
Listen,
We're
Hamza,
talking about because leagues
Hamza,
aren't about.
Hamza,
Because if you talk
I'm gonna
about
move
clutch
the
moments in that
conversation
season,
onwards. I'm gonna move the conversation onwards because what you're doing is you're comparing him to Steven Gerrard, which is a little bit
No,
harsh.
I rate him. I'm coming to the topic.
I'm gonna just stop it.
Gundogan is one of the greatest midfielders in this Premier League. I
Let's
believe.
we can respect
100%.
Gundogan,
Clutch
but we
moment.
don't have to shit on Steven Gerrard to respect Gundogan.
No, I'm not shitting on
Okay.
Steven Gerrard. I'm saying he's
Okay.
better than Steven
you
Gerrard.
just did.
You said he's
Wait,
better. You said
Gundogan's
he's
better than Steven Gerrard.
Hold on.
You just
You said
said
he's better than
Gundogan's
him.
a more clutch player than one of the
You
most
said
clutch
he's
players
better
in
than-
football,
yeah.
the history of football.
Bro, and this is
Bro,
coming
if
from
you
a
need-
Manchester United
Gundogan,
fan. If
if
I
you
am
need
here to
him, he will
defend,
take you out.
Hold on,
Yeah, go
Rams.
on.
What did you just say? Hold on. Ram, what did you just say, Ram?
He's
just-
one
I
of the
just
most
wanna hear
clutch
it again.
midfielders in the world. The history of football.
In the you said, oh, okay. So you are really putting Steven Gerrard as one of the best in the history of football
No, one of the most clutch in the history of
because
football.
of
Players,
one
man.
Champions League
I used to
final.
watch
No,
clutch.
Champions League final, League Cup final, FA Cup final, and also the UEFA Cup final. Only
By the
player in
way,
history to score all
Gundogan
4
is the best
competitions.
German to ever play in the Premier League. That is a
Yeah,
fact.
100%,
Absolutely,
100%. Yeah,
100%.
that's not a question.
Is there
I
anybody
don't think that's
better?
even-
he's Turkish.
Only
technically.
only person who comes close to him. Who is it?
Balak.
Dieter
Balak
Hamann,
and-
Dieter
Those
Hamann,
are- those are-
Klinsmann.
those are not
Balak
a
won
They're
the
the
Premier
only few
League.
players.
Didn't Balak win the Premier League with?
Yeah, he
with
did.
Chelsea?
Those
Yeah,
are not
he
in the
did.
Ancelotti.
And did
Those are not
Balak
in
win
the
the
conversation.
Champions League? Did
No.
Balak win that 2012? He left the season
No, he
before,
didn't. He
didn't
did.
he?
Hamza.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He lost. He lost
He
in
lost.
2008
United.
against
No, he
us.
didn't.
Jurgen
He
Klinsmann never won a
He
league.
lost twice. He lost at Bayer Leverkusen and he lost at Chelsea. I remember. He's
Yeah,
not.
that's
what
but-
we
but
said. We
Dieter
said he
Hamann's
didn't.
another.
Bro, he's clear of Klinsmann. What are we talking about?
Klinsmann was a
Dieter
good player,
Hamann.
man.
Dieter Hamann was a top player as well. Dieter Hamann, top player.
But yo,
Newcastle,
Hamza,
Liverpool.
We got
you
him
diverted
late,
us
Hamza.
so
We
far
got him
away
late.
from the actual goal.
Mm.
I'm just gonna say this: Manchester City have done great. Mo, did you have anything else to say on Man City before we move
No,
on?
God be with us all football fans if Man City get better next year.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm serious, bro. Like, this is the
Bro,
first season
if you
for
play them
Haaland,
in the
bro.
final, oh my God, you play them in the final. If Inter go to the final,
No,
and you play them in the final-
Let me-
no.
How
Egal.
bad it is. Let me tell you how bad it is, Egal. Let me tell you how bad it is.
Mo, stop it.
We
Mo.
had a Milan
Oh.
derby, to play in the semi-final. And people kept asking me, what are your thoughts about the Champions League? And all I can think of is that how can we beat Man City? There is no way. And they're like, are you already in the final? I said, no. It's that team is so good that I'm thinking past AC Milan. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't find a way to beat Man City. I can't.
Yes, you
To be
can.
honest.
You can, Mo. Stop it, Mo. We
Bro,
need
they
you,
have-
bro.
it's gonna be difficult. Let's be honest. I
Yeah,
was
it's
on the
gonna be.
last
I
stream.
will be underdog.
No.
Everybody's an underdog against Man City.
I was on the last stream and I was very disrespectful towards that tie. I said whoever wins that tie is going to come second.
Mo,
And-
he said that Milan
Yeah,
and
but
Inter
no.
are
I
pathetic,
will
by the
be.
way.
Should I be?
You did
Should I
not
be
say that,
deluded
Egal.
and sit here and say, yes, we're going to the final. We're gonna cook? No, we're not. This team spent billions more than us. They have way better players. We have aging. We have Mkhitaryan, Edin Dzeko at Cherby on our squad.
Who do you have a better chance against? Real Madrid or Man City?
Real Madrid for sure.
Good, of course.
Oh, Mo.
For many reasons, why do we have that tactically? But that's for an Inter talk.
That's
like,
why I
because
love
Man
Mo.
City-
See,
Okay, fair enough. Mo, I'm gonna
Well,
have to
Mo,
bring you
Mo.
on Champions League final, inshallah.
Mo, please,
That's
Mo.
the
You gotta
plan.
beat them,
Listen,
bro.
Guys,
I will back.
do me a
I will
favor.
back my team, but I will be. Listen, I'm not gonna be one of these guys who are unrealistic and say we're gonna beat Man City and we're favorites. We probably have 25% chance. Bro.
Oh, 1-0
Okay,
will
guys,
be fine.
we're just gonna skip past Chelsea because I feel like there's not really much to talk about Chelsea besides the fact that they got Pochettino.
I have to play
Does
Real
anybody
Madrid first.
really- Does anybody
Big
have
up
anything to
Forest.
say on Chelsea? They drew again. They dropped points again, and it's like at
They
this point,
celebrate.
They're They're not going to win any more
that?
games, bro.
You see that celebration? They celebrated that Raheem Sterling scored 2
I
goals.
saw that today, man.
They drew against Nottingham Forest at home, and I see the fans on Twitter talking about how good Raheem Sterling is. Shame on you. This people, what are you thinking? What is this?
They're
Chelsea
shameless.
Football Club, you're celebrating
They're
drawing
shameless.
against
Hamza-
Nottingham Forest at home. Oh, this is garbage.
Big up
Hamza,
Forest,
my
man.
flop of the season. My flop of the season was going to be Raheem Sterling. Would you guys consider him
here.
a flop?
Same
For
here.
the amount of money that was
Yeah,
spent for him, yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be.
So he's been,
But the king of
he's been
flops
poor.
is
They've criticized.
what is what it is.
And yo, do you guys have high hopes for Pochettino at Chelsea?
I think
I
he can do. I think he can do a bit of a job.
I do.
He'll do
I'm
better-
very
he'll do
big
better
on-
than
Anybody will do a better job than Potter. So
That is true.
the
Yeah.
ceiling
Chelsea
is
this
very
season is right off
low.
The ceiling is very low, but I think Pochettino doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He gets talked about a lot for never winning anything. As if Spurs were ever supposed to win anything, anyways. You know, we're deflecting and ignoring the context of everything. That the fact that him reaching a Champions League final is already an accomplishment. Him finishing in the top 4 for 4 or 5 years, whatever it was, that's already accomplishment for where they were. You know, I think him taking over this young Chelsea team is the best thing that could have happened to Chelsea. And I really do hope, as much as I don't like Chelsea, I really do hope that he proves himself. Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, why didn't you take him in Manchester United over Ten Hag? The situation is different. The situation we're in, it's different than the situation we're in. He's been proven to take on young teams and young players and develop them and make them achieve, not necessarily win, but put them up there. Whereas coming to Manchester United was a whole mess. He had to come into a team and he had to like clear out everyone, bring in his own players. And yeah, he hasn't really proven that. I'd rather give him the Chelsea job. Mo, I see you nodding your head. I don't know why.
Because I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea Football Club. I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea Football Club. To be
Well,
honest.
Would you rather have him there?
I think that he only went there and they only got him because he's a yes man. I'm sorry. I rate Poch as a development coach, but Chelsea Football Club was never a development club. They were
They're a
never
big
like
team,
this.
man.
But now we want to like
They're a
pretend
big
that
club.
they want to build. Oh, come on, just give me the sign.
They don't.
No, but
so
they
you
wish
guys
for
are
this,
saying
Mo.
Pochettino
Mo, they
only
wish
went there
for
because
this.
he's a yes man. This is interesting. Hamza, you're
No,
It
but
is,
Mo.
it is.
Not a yes man, Egal. You disagree with me that he's not a yes man?
he is a yes man, but I never thought about it in that perspective. I thought about it as in he's a player who builds up young players and they have a very young squad.
But, so let me tell you why Pochettino came at the end, but only Luis Enrique was the first name, and he said, "I want this player, I want this control." And just 5 days later, they said, "Oh, we're not considering Luis Enrique." And then after that, Nagelsmann, they said, "Oh no, we're not actually considering Nagelsmann." Why do you think that happened? Because he sat with Todd Bowley and said, "I want control." And this Todd Bowley is a baseball guy who thinks this is NFL and baseball, and he wants to lift the trophy himself. The guy does interviews outside the restaurants, wants to be in the newspaper, bro. Todd Bowley thinks this is American sports. He thinks I am the face of the club. I dare anybody here to tell me, have you ever seen the owner of Aston Villa? Have you ever seen the owner of Southampton talk in the press? You don't.
Yo, guys,
half the people don't know how the owners of Man United look like. If you're not a Man United fan, you don't know how they look like.
They look like rats.
You don't know how Sheikh Mansour.
Yo, can I just say one thing? Guys? This is a milestone for me. I'm literally like 50 subscribers away from getting to 20K. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up my guy saying here, I remember, congratulations, Egal. I remember when you had 100 subs. Big up to you, Yusuf Hassan, man. Big up to you, man. I'm so close to 20K. Please do get us to 20K subscribers. But yeah, sorry about that.
And we still have 50 people that haven't liked the video.
Yeah, what's
What
going
is
on?
going on, people, man?
Disrespect people. Listen, we're sitting here.
Come on.
We're sitting here Sunday night and we're talking football. At least give me that like, at least.
You're privileged. You're privileged to watch Arteta's boy and Pep's boy together. You know, it's an honor. It's an honor to be watching a Premier League champion.
Man said, end the stream, Dave. You know what? I actually know Dave. He's a Real Madrid fan. Big up, Dave. Bro.
Hey,
So are we going to talk about Man United?
I'm going to bring on expressions in the summer, inshallah. I'm going to bring on troops in the summer. Stay tuned. The channel is going levels in the summer. But yo, Staffy, We got to talk about your boys United. Liverpool, Ram, we got to talk about Liverpool. Guys, I don't know why you're laughing. Man United secured top 4. Man United's top 4 is done. Newcastle is going to fall off. I'm telling you guys right now.
So defensive.
Newcastle is going to fall off.
I'm not defensive, Mo. I'm not defensive. I just don't like when lies are. When people say bullshit, I don't like bullshit, bro. That's the only time where people say, "Oh, Staffy is rattled," bro. I'm not. You know what rattles me? Lies. When you say the incorrect information, I don't care if your opinion is different, but when you say bullshit, that's when I don't like it. Oh, Ten Hag, he lost more games than Oli. Okay.
Is this a Mo impression?
No. I'm just talking about in general.
I actually.
He
like
doesn't speak like that. He
defends
it too.
I actually defend Ten Hag.
No, because that sounded
no,
like
but because we have an Arsenal fan like on the Arabic channel, and
he's MIA. He hasn't responded to me today. So if you're watching this, bro, just say something because I'm not calling 911.
He hates Ten Hag, bro. Like hates the guy.
He talks so ill of Ten Hag, and last week he was like, so on our show, Egal, he's like, oh, I'm hearing, everyone's saying that Ten Hag is another version of Oli Ball, and that he lost more games than Oli, and I'm like, but he already won more games than Oli. He already won more trophies than Oli. He took us to more to more finals than Oli. So I was like, can we talk about that stuff, or are we only going to talk about the bullshit? And this is why I get rattled, because I don't like half-ass context. You got to talk about the whole thing. But anyways, I'm glad to talk about Ten Hag now. We won last game. He officially has the most points in a debut season for Manchester United. No one in his first season in Manchester United history has ever had more points than this guy. So whether you want to talk about Ten Hag playing pragmatic, playing Ten Hag style, we don't give a shit. We made the top 4. That was the objective. A lot of people said we're going to finish outside the top 4. We didn't finish top 4 yet, but I've been consistent with saying we will finish top 4, and it's looking very likely now. If anyone is looking out of form, it's Newcastle. So it is looking good. As we already said, we won that one trophy. We're in another cup final. Hopefully we can win that. I know the odds are not with us, but objectives look fine so far. Next year, yes, I do expect to go up another gear. I do expect to improve. I've seen a few people in the chat when I was talking about Arteta, they were asking, oh, Staffy, but, well, if you guys finish lower next year than this year, are you going to say Ten Hag out? When you add the context, hold on, Rem, if you add some context to it, which is, oh, yeah, if we improve the team, got better players, got in a better situation, and then gotten worse, then, yeah, I will say Ten Hag. I'm not related to Ten Hag, so I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I defend Ten Hag because I see he's doing what he's supposed to do. Once you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then I have no reason to hold on. I have no sentiment, bro. You guys love Arteta. I'll never have that same love for Arteta that you guys have for Arteta. That I won't have that for Ten Hag. If this guy is doing his job,
I'll continue. Played for your club. Ten Hag wasn't a captain for your club.
Bro, who cares about Arteta? Was a sideman on your club anyways. It's not like he was one of your best players.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But guess what? He was also a captain. So there is an affinity outside of just the manager.
Yeah, he was a part of your team in one of your worst eras anyways. So
yeah, but he also was the first. He was also the first captain to lift silverware at the Emirates.
Anyways, but yeah, man.
Can I'm a fact checker here. You can move the goalpost as you want, but Arteta Oli lost less games in his first full season with Man United than Erik ten Hag.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
We can just put it here or there. You know what I mean?
He likes to say, listen, Mo, sometimes I doubt if Mo understands what goalpost means, because I'm talking about wins.
No, because you know what I mean?
Losses.
I can go, you said it. You know what's what I mean? It's all about the point of view. You said he won more games, but I can just come at you and say, but he lost more games as well. That means he didn't tie the same games.
So let's revise what I said.
Okay.
You guys said he lost more games than Oli. I said, well, against that, he's won more. He already achieved top 4. He already won a trophy. Oli never won us a trophy. And he's already in 2 cup finals, which Oli never did. Actually, Oli took us to 1 final in the Europa League, and we lost it. So I named a few positives against that 1 negative. Mentioning that he had more losses than Oli doesn't really change anything for me. Because what am I supposed to say?
Oli came 3rd. Ten Hag is going to come 4th.
How many points did he get?
It doesn't
And
matter.
which season is that? No, of course it
You
matters.
see,
Because
I tell you
I'll
why
you
it
what.
doesn't matter. I
No,
tell you
hold
why
on,
it doesn't.
Mo.
No.
Hold on.
I'll tell
Mo.
you. No. I'm gonna answer. You asked me why
Okay.
it matters. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. Because the season that City get 100 points does not take anything away from the invincible season. Does not take anything away from Man United winning the league with 75. Football change with years. That's what it is. So him getting third in that season is the same as Ten Hag getting third with 80 points. It doesn't change anything.
Ten Hag can
There's a
finish third still. And the only
Okay.
reason I'm asking you that, because we finished second with Oli, and a lot of people forget that. We finished second with 70 points. Ten Hag can get more than 70 points this season and still finish fourth. This is why it depends on how you want to look at things. Because we're at, 66 right now with 3 more games to go. So we can add an extra 9 points. So we can finish with 75 points. That's 5 more points than what Oli had when he finished second. But if also Newcastle win all their games and we can't catch Arsenal anymore, so we're guaranteed either third or fourth, we could be fourth with more points than what Oli did in his second season, which was his best season. This is why I'm saying it's not shifting of goalposts. It depends on what you want to look at. There's irrelevant numbers that we can talk about. But when you want to look at the bigger picture and the progress, you got to mention things regardless of what the number says. I'd rather finish fourth this season with Ten Hag than Ole's season when he finished second. Because that season when he finished second, Liverpool dropped off massively that year. Even City won the league with 82 points. That's the season the Manchester United fans, we were in a title race. We were in a title race, but we lost by 12 points. And I don't even remember how early we lost that league that year. There was nothing to build on to the next year. And this is why I keep saying context is important. We could talk about irrelevant numbers, but the context around it is very important. Are we progressing this year? I believe so. Do I believe next year we can have a better season? Yes. That season with Ole, I don't think any Manchester United fans ever looked at the next season with Ole and we thought we were going to do better because there was no progression. We always complain about the counter-attacking football. We always complain about the lack of quality on the pitch. This season, I can look forward to something. Back then, I didn't. So the more you can keep comparing, not you personally, but people can keep comparing. Oh, Ole this, Ole that, Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that. I will take Ten Hag any day of the week over any of those years where we had Ole.
So can I add something? I'm just stating a fact. I actually think that Ten Hag is a better coach than Ole, 100%.
I know you do. You say it a lot.
Because I actually didn't see anything about Ole, but what you said about Manchester United and not looking forward to the next season. After the season you finished second, when you added Cristiano Ronaldo, I asked a question. I remember this.
Sancho as well.
Yes, people said that this is what's going to take us to the next level and we're going to challenge for the league. A lot of Man United fans.
No, you're right.
Say it, bro.
Challenge for the league. But so you sitting here and say we were not looking forward to the next season.
Okay.
Maybe you personally, most of the fan base, and I can go get clips from a lot of fans.
No, you're right.
Content creators. They said Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho are the missing piece. It's as much as when Chelsea fans said when Chelsea. So for you guys also, Oli, you remember Rio Ferdinand? Oli at the wheel, give him a 10-year contract. We all remember.
We don't listen to Rio.
Yeah, but it's not only Rio. Rio reflects what the fans. By the way, these guys reflect what people think. You know what I mean? Because people say, yes, Rio, we agree with Rio, give him 10 years. I am saying that hold your horses a little bit on Ten Hag. The signs are there. He's a good coach, good authority. You play home really well. But as we questioned Arteta, we need to question Ten Hag's system away from home because he changed the way he play away from home massively, and that cost you 8 losses away from home. 8 losses away from home.
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys. We could sit here for weeks talking about Ten Hag and everything else, but the reality is they got top 4. That was their objective. They didn't expect to get it so easily this season. They're going to end up getting it. Now, who's going to drop off? Is it going to be Newcastle drops off, or is it Liverpool is going to drop off and they're not going to get it? That's the final question I need to answer.
I still think Newcastle finishes there. Yeah, they had a couple bouncy results, but I think they'll stay up there. However,
Newcastle still get top 4?
Yeah. However, though, I did check recently and I saw their last bad form, and I was like, let me see when's the last time Newcastle was on a bad form. They went on 6 games without a win. I know Ram is listening to that, and now he got excited. He's like, okay, tell me more. because now they're on 2 games without a win. The last time, Rem, they had that. Remember when you beat them and Nick Pope had the red card?
Yeah.
It was then they went on a 6-game with no wins, so it was a winless streak for 6 games. Actually, that's not even including the cup final they lost to us. So that's actually 7 games in a row.
Let me bring
What-
Hamza in. Let me bring Hamza in
some-
just before
Where
you
is
go.
Hamza?
Hamza,
Where's
what are you
Hamza?
saying? Top 4.
Hamza's always moving around.
Are
Yeah.
you there?
No, top 4. I think, listen, Liverpool left it late. I said it, man. It's their own fault, man, and I'm happy that club paid the price. It's good. Being stubborn and all that. That's what he needs to learn from this. I hope they don't get. I like them as a football club, but he was so bad. Like Liverpool fans don't deserve this. He was stubborn. I hate stubborn people who just think they're always right. He will learn it the hard way. I hate Man United with passion. I hate that club. But unfortunately, they're gonna make top 4. Newcastle's gonna make top 4. Club's gonna pay a price. But what's gonna work out for him? He's gonna chuck out the Europa League and he's gonna come for the league next season. So don't worry, Liverpool fan. You've taken this L. He's gonna be clever, make signings, and you probably chase for the league next season significantly. And I see you as my greatest rival next season back again.
Ram, do you know the theme for the Europa League, or do you want me to send it to you?
What kind
They're
of
gonna throw
shit is
you.
this, Hamza? I know
What?
you as my greatest rival. Might as well hug me and kiss me too. What's going
Yeah,
on?
bro, that's
No,
a
the
fake
thing
rival,
is,
bro. Fake rival.
Egal, we're very respectful. They're a top club. They've been our rival between us and them has been so intense. We're not gonna disrespect Liverpool. They've chased us. But how can I laugh at
You
them? They've
disrespect
chased me
us,
all
and
the way
you
to
act.
final
So we're not a big club.
So,
We're not a
Huh?
big club. So we're not a big
Nah,
club
you
because
guys-
you're saying they're a
you
big
guys-
club with big history. So
you
we
guys-
gotta respect them. I don't expect you to respect us, but you hate
guys
us
haven't
because we
done
are a big club.
anything. No, you are a big club, but you haven't done anything in 10 years. You're not scary.
No,
You're not
I-
scary.
I-
You're
Hey.
that little kitten that thinks that they'll bite, but
What
everyone
can
plays with you.
Staffy, what can I
Everyone
say?
knows
I
you.
just have that likability about us.
I really
I
don't
because-
understand this. Hamza, let me
Liverpool
ask, didn't Liverpool only finish just twice? 1 point behind you? Just twice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
twice it was
99
1 point.
and
Yeah,
90.
So why is this big rivalry based on what?
Because the season that we did not make, the season that we lost that league, and we did not make a good acquisition because we lost company, we were stubborn. They took that league, and they
Yeah, but they
the
took that league
easily.
with a way more points.
But-
That league was done in
Yeah,
February.
but because of our
That's
mistake,
it.
they are only they've been a threat for us in the last 3-4 years.
And the time
so I
we-
think
we-
even Pellegrini's side, they finish. They're the ones that are chasing up. So these guys, especially with Klopp is one of the greatest managers. I'm scared of that guy. When will he leave Liverpool? I need him to leave Liverpool because I
In 3
need to
years'
see them
time.
back in the
3 years' time.
yes. 2025 is it?
2026.
26. Yeah, Pep is 2025 and he'll extend another 2 years, hopefully. The longer club stays there. But Liverpool not make top 4. Definitely. Because United are just they're gonna win, man. I hate them. They're gonna be in the
Let
Champions
just
League.
Liverpool win tomorrow first, and then we'll talk about the top.
Yeah,
four.
that's-
I don't
that's-
even think they
United
win
are gonna
tomorrow.
win.
I don't think they're gonna win tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think they
brilliant.
win
No.
tomorrow.
Bang.
Sorry,
Oh,
Ram, I don't think-
Is it just all 4 of you going to say
Like
we're not gonna win?
genuinely, I don't think it's full on conclusion tomorrow that Liverpool are winning. If you watch Liverpool games, they concede goals. That dodgy win against Fulham. I'm sorry, the Forest game, like that run
Spurs
that
game.
Liverpool are
Talking about the
having
Spurs game.
now. That run that Liverpool are having, I think it's
forever.
over amplified because Man United lost a lot of points. But people analyze these wins, Liverpool are still not back. They're not like full on back, and because I'm watching the games and they're not great games.
You know what,
I
Mo?
know,
Because
I'm just-
people are used to like recently, and when I say recently, I mean recent years, that Liverpool win a lot. So when you see them put 6-7 wins together, everyone assumes, oh, Liverpool of old is back. But if Ram is even honest with himself, because I watched all these games, none of these games look like convincing wins.
Only Leeds, right? Only Leeds.
What
Nah,
was the
Are we
result of
done,
this game?
Ram?
Wasn't
Nah,
that
we
1-0?
slapped all those teams. We slapped those teams.
No,
man.
Ram.
You
Like
slapped
on a
it.
serious note, the Spurs game almost ended in a tie. You guys almost gave up. You gave up a 3-0 lead, but then Jota saved you in the end. The Nottingham Forest game was dodgy. You won 3-2. You shouldn't be conceding
We're
2.
gonna beat all those
Fulham.
teams. Man.
You
It's all
shouldn't be
good, man.
conceding 2 to
I-
Nottingham
Nah,
Forest.
in all
That's
all
the same week.
seriousness,
By the way, that's the same week Harry Maguire had a clean sheet against them. So
Are
that's
we
how
holding
bad
you,
they
Egal?
are, bro.
Should we finish the stream? Are we holding you or?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wrap it up here. But love for the love
Yo,
people.
where's
I'm
my
not gonna lie.
musical part,
Mo,
bro?
it was
Yeah,
great
he didn't
having
It's
have
you
not
on.
me because he kept like he's sitting waiting for us. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We've been going for a minute, so I just wanted to wrap it up. But love for the love people. Big ups.
Bro,
let him.
Let him at
I-
least
I-
say
yeah.
they're gonna win tomorrow.
I'm not
Give him a
done. I'm
minute.
not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not wrapping it up completely. Relax.
okay.
Just gonna segue it to the game itself. Then we can wrap it up. There's 2 games midweek, which is Newcastle versus Brighton. That's a big implications to the league. And you also have Newcastle versus who is it? Liverpool versus Leicester. What's going to be the results in those games, guys? Because that will basically decide top 4. If they lose to Brighton and Liverpool win, immediately you're going to see Liverpool now ahead of them.
In all contrary to what I've just said, that we've been slapping team, they're doing whatever, that's quite the opposite. I think the only convincing victory, to an extent convincing, is Brentford. But even then, they put the ball in the back of the net at one point. So I haven't been confident. I still think, though, we will limp our way to getting the maximum points until the end of the season. I still think we can do it, but it won't be convincing at all. Like I said it on multiple streams with Egal and Staffy.
I think you get it.
Well, that's another point, but I said it before. Our system, this inverted fullback system, is good. I like it for the short term. It needs to be sorted out in the summer because we're still very susceptible at that right hand side. But what I do like is the fact that we can sort of rotate. We can switch between different systems.
Can you win the last 3 remaining games? Because
I think so.
I think Newcastle drop. They need 4 points to drop, right?
They
need 4 to drop.
They need 6 points to go through to get.
Do you think they'll drop enough points?
I mean,
they've got Brighton.
The Brighton game is hard. The Brighton game is hard.
They've got Brighton, Leicester, and Chelsea next.
Okay, everyone in the chat, let me know because I'll show you guys the 3 remaining games. Man United, we've already have them solidified. So with Newcastle playing Chelsea, Brighton, and Leicester, do you think they drop points in 2 games?
Brighton and Leicester, I'm gonna see if they can do something. I don't see them dropping points against Chelsea, but like I said it before, we've left it too late. I think the last nail in the coffin was against Chelsea. We should have beaten them, even with their situation. But yeah, man, I think it's too little, too late. I said it before. I think we'll get 71 points, but it's whether the 2 teams above us.
Don't forget goal difference also. You need to start spanking people because even if Newcastle, if it's level on points, their goal difference is better than yours.
Yeah, that's true.
Liverpool's done.
That is true. We do need to win by like 2 to 3 goals, but at the end of the day, I don't think it will come down to goal difference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love how last week you were telling me that we're gonna drop off from top 4, and after
because
one
of your goal
win
difference
against Wolves. No. It doesn't even have to do with that. Last week you were saying we're gonna drop off. We beat Wolves, as I told you we will, because anyone can beat Wolves. And now you're like, oh, well, now it looks like Newcastle's gonna drop off. What did that win against Wolves tell you? Because we didn't do anything magnificent against Wolves.
But it's not fully solidified, Staffy,
it's because you have.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm actually trying to
prove your fixtures.
I actually
you're
think
you're playing at home against Chelsea and Fulham. Like they're on the beach.
No, but
Man United are going to finish with 73 points, Staffy. You're going to finish with 73 points at least.
That means what? That means 2 wins and a draw?
Bro, Staffy, don't forget, you lost to Brighton, you lost to West Ham. Of course, if you would have lost against Wolves, top 4 would have been almost done for you.
Yeah, Egal, but after 1 win, we're already solidified. But a week ago, we weren't solidified. 3 points don't make me really
solidified is because there's only 3 games remaining. And
this isn't even our hardest game, Egal. I mean, Wolves was our easiest game. For you to solidify us, I mean,
technically, it's good. True.
You get what I'm saying, Graham? Like, I'm actually going against him, like, where, like, you
the
actually have more reason to still doubt us.
You needed to drop points against Wolves for it to actually come to fruition.
The odds are shifting almost heavily to your favor now. I think that's
the Bournemouth game was always harder, Egal, because there's the whole thing that we're not good away from home, regardless. I mean, we are against the top teams, just not the bottom teams,
win your last
but it's still an away game.
You're gonna beat Chelsea. You're gonna beat Fulham, so it's done.
Well, It might not be Chelsea, but I don't think they would. They
Nah,
they
Mo,
will win
they're,
against
they're
Bournemouth.
slapping Chelsea,
Yeah.
man.
You know
They're
what,
slapping
guys?
Chelsea.
I think it's gonna come down to goal difference between Newcastle and Liverpool. Newcastle are gonna get 5 points. I think so. They're gonna draw against Brighton, and I think they're gonna draw against Chelsea, and I think they're gonna win against Leicester. And you might go to goal difference if you win tomorrow.
By the way, guys, Ivan Toney's going to be suspended soon, so that guy's not going nowhere. And Brentford's going to probably lose to Man City on the final day.
Is that why he didn't play today? I saw he didn't play.
Yeah, bro, he's
Yeah,
getting suspended soon.
he's suspended.
He's gonna
How
get
long?
suspended
How
soon.
long do you think? How long?
I think
It's
it's
gonna be
I think,
months
I think
then.
Ivan Toney's suspension is going to be 2 years.
It's gonna be a
No,
long.
it's gonna be
while.
6 months, man. 2 years.
2 years.
I don't know how long, but it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be
because it's a lot
6
of
months
cases.
from now until December. I think.
I think he's going to get 2 years, honestly.
Yeah, oh
I
my
think the
God.
reason why I say 2 years is because the amount of bets that this guy has made.
It was over 100 charges, and people need to understand that's actually not footballing
Well,
charges.
more than
It's
that.
not like you getting
More than
suspended
that.
because you fought someone on the pit. I mean, you guys too. I'm waiting on your downfall, Hamza, but we're talking about Toney right now.
Hey, we got
He actually has a.
man. Listen,
Ivan
I'm
Toney.
winning
The
the
guys
league.
are almost the
I'm
same.
I'm winning the league whilst I'm on bail. Whilst I'm on bail.
Call Saul. Yo, listen, honestly,
and I'm winning the
this stream-
Champions League whilst I'm on bail.
1 second. Yo, today's stream, honestly, legendary. Big up to everyone who's been watching. Amazing stream. Anyone else think Liverpool can catch up or no?
I mean, do we want to make predictions for the game tomorrow? Because I'll tell you, they're losing tomorrow, 2-1.
No, really.
No, they won't.
Well,
No,
don't
they
laugh.
won't.
You said 2-2.
No, Mo,
I said 2-2. I didn't say they're gonna lose. You just said they're gonna lose.
Listen, that's very
So why
close.
I'm laughing because you said you're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Oh,
No,
Mo,
you know
Mo,
what?
it's
Listen,
basically a
Mo,
loss,
yeah.
innit?
I
You
said
still
they're gonna-
predicted them to concede 2
Mo, it's
goals.
basically a loss, innit? So it is what it is.
Listen,
I mean,
it
to be
is what
fair,
it is. I don't think Leicester's gonna stay up. I think they're gonna lose to Liverpool. I think Newcastle lose to Brighton, and I think Newcastle might be the way in for Liverpool, but they're gonna need to get their goal difference up. I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. We've been going for so long, and I'm starving. Have a good
Just
one, guys.
quickly, Egal, before you
Yeah.
go, just want to say, everyone out there, make prayers for us on Wednesday, please. Yeah.
Nobody.
think
It's
about
you
Allah, no one
against
is-
the world,
Allah, no one
bro.
is praying for you.
Bro,
Play
it's
for
you
us.
against.
We're good.
Listen, bro, let's just end it. Love and respect to everybody listening to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, everything. People watching on YouTube, shout out to you. Almost on 20K subscribers on YouTube. Please do subscribe. And love to all the love, everyone. Big up. People saying Qatari's in for Man United.
Qatar
happening.
in. Let's go.
It's not happening. Anyways, I'm out of here, people. Catch you guys tomorrow for the call-in show.